I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Freelancing is hard. I made so many mistakes that cost me time and money, and it forced me to learn the hard way. Eventually, I pushed through and I started earning 6 figures as a freelancer. The things I learned also helped a few people inside my free community to get to 6 figures within 12 months. And in this video, I'm going to cover everything I know to help you earn 6 figures, all without selling you a course. We'll cover mindset, expectations, what to sell, who to sell to, how to sell it, your website, processes and systems, proposals, onboarding, client management, scaling, and outsourcing. Starting with mindset. Most people start off with the wrong mindset and expectations. They expect it to be easy, to not work as hard, clients to come to them and to stay with them. Here's the reality, it does not work that way. In fact, I actually don't know any 6-figure freelance or agency owner who didn't work insanely hard and make compromises to get to where they are today. We tend to look at people's success, but we forget the iceberg of what they did and sacrificed to make it happen. For me, that was less sleeping, working on weekends, and no social life for months. And thankfully, my wife was incredibly supportive, but it wasn't easy. We were struggling and deep in debt. To give you a small idea, we wouldn't even buy cheese because it was a luxury we could not afford. For us, the hard work was not a choice, but it was a requirement. I remember asking my wife, would you prefer going to the beach on a Saturday when everyone else goes, or whenever you want on a Monday? And I'm happy to report that is exactly what we do. We don't have set routines, and a lot of what we do now is spontaneous activities. But it was not always this way. I worked a full-time job, freelance on the side for months, and to barely get by. And guess what happened after 6 months? Nothing. I wanted to give up because it was moving so slow. What helped me was the accountability and hope of a better outcome. And eventually, within 12 months of starting freelancing, I was earning more on the side than my full-time job. And it's amazing to reflect because it all started at this small desk next to our bed. So, all of this to say, if you expect it to be easy, then you are wrong. If you want to do hobby freelancing, where you work on your portfolio website for 6 months and there's no urgency to get clients, then I cannot help you with that. But if you want to earn a decent side or full-time income and you're willing to put in the work, then I really think that the rest of this video will be helpful for you. Starting with what to sell. The things people are selling today are absolutely crazy. From folding water bottles to bobbleheads. And this range of what to offer is no different with services. You can make a very good living selling web design, A/B split testing, email campaigns, social media management, SEO, blog content, ad management, content writing, and copywriting. And I rank my favorite ways you can make money in this video if you'd like to learn more. But for now, I'm going to focus on websites and marketing services. Almost every business needs a website, and a good website with the wrong people visiting it is like putting a steak in front of a vegan. So if you can sell a service offering websites and marketing services, you are on to a winner. But here's the thing, the market is saturated. So how do you stand out from the millions of others offering the exact same services, including your 9-year-old niece? You sell outcomes. Don't sell time. Work on deliverables. Otherwise, you will always be in the cycle of having a boss, and that is not something most of us want. The key is to create a really good offer. What's the main problem you are addressing? What is the solution or service you can provide to address that? How much will you charge, and why does it make sense? And most importantly, who is it for? Offering a service at a random price to all businesses is the blueprint to failure. Here's an example of a good offer. Dentists don't have enough patients. I'm offering websites and marketing services to get more patients. I'll charge $500 a month because I don't have experience, and it is for dentists looking to grow their practice. Do you notice how the price is realistic based on my experience? Now let's take a look at another one. E-commerce businesses are not getting enough sales. I offer website redesigns to furniture e-commerce businesses with marketing services. I charge between $2,000 to $5,000 a month because I have 20 other clients I get good results for. And it is for e-commerce owners who are not growing as fast as they'd like. Notice how the price is also realistic based on my experience and the results I've gotten. This is where most freelancers go wrong. If your pricing doesn't make sense relative to your experience and your results, you are fighting an uphill battle. If you struggle with this, here is a simplified guideline. Beginner, first 0 to 3 clients, $500 to $2,000 once off, and monthly services of $150 to $500. Intermediate, your first 4 to 9 clients, charge $1,500 to $5,000 once off, and monthly from $450 to $1,000. And expert, your first 10 plus clients, charge between $5,000 to $10,000 once off, and between $1,000 to $3,000 a month. You might have noticed I mentioned monthly pricing in this example. Charging once off is fine and you can have a very good business, but if you focus on monthly or even both, I think again you are on to a winner. So why is this? I've experienced the valley income where you have a very good month and the next month you are at 0. It sucks and it's stressful, and I really know this well. Offering a monthly service helps with cash flow, and it's also easier to scale rather than the unpredictability of once-off services. So find something you can sell for $200, $500, or $1,000 a month. As an example, here are a few different services I have with clients. $750 a month for 2 SEO articles with an infographic. $2,500 a month for campaign management and SEO articles. $10,000 a month for ads management, SEO, and consulting. If you are just starting out and you're a beginner, figure out a good offer between $100 to $500 a month. Sell that. Get 3 clients. Increase your prices and repeat. I really like this example from our community. Andy shared a win with his first $100 a month, then $1,000 a month, and then 6 figures a year. And now he's around 7 figures. This blueprint works, and I want to encourage you to at least try it. A $300 a month offer is much easier to sell than a $5,000 once-off project when you're in the beginning stages. Pricing is a big topic, so if you'd like to learn more about that, I've got a video here. Now, all this sounds fancy and amazing, but I know some of you are thinking, how do I sell this? How do I actually get these clients? And without clients, you have a hobby, not a business. Before we get to having a business, I think it's important to have a website first. I don't want to go too in depth here, but here is an overview of what you should do. Stop overthinking it and start with a template. It's even possible to describe the website you'd like to create and get a visual sitemap with AI all within a few minutes. All this to say, there is no excuse to create something decent within a few hours. Way too many people are still busy with a website after 3 months, and I actually find it unacceptable. Just get something good. Start with that, then you can go custom when you have a lot of clients. Then you need to get testimonials. If you haven't done any work, then do 2 or 3 projects for free in exchange for a testimonial. Many people overlook testimonials or case studies, but just think about this. Would you buy items on Amazon without reviews? Probably not, and it's no different with services. And lastly, make it simple for people to contact you. Clear beats clever, so don't make it confusing. Now, let's move on to the meat. There are so many ways that you can get clients, and I cover a few strategies in this video. I'll walk through 3 of my favorite ways to get clients if you had to get your first paying client within 30 days. They are Google Maps, Google SERPs, emails, or DMs. Now remember, we are looking for businesses we can help. If we can't help them, move on to a business we can help. So let's jump into Google Maps. You can't search for small businesses. Search for industries or niches. Reach out to a few hundred of them, then move on to the next one and focus on what works. You can search for X near me or X city name, like landscapers, roofers, deck installers, painters, architects. If you want more, just Google or use ChatGPT for 100 niches to target. We are looking for bad websites, bad SEO, or any problems we can provide a service for. Now we need to reach out to these leads. We can use a tool to upload our leads and keep track as it gets into hundreds of leads. Or we can do this manually on Google Sheets. Once you've got our validated list of leads, we have to pitch them our services. As a guideline, you can send them an email with this outline. If you have experience, you can say something like, "Hey John, I recently helped this business get these results within this time frame. Would you like to chat to see if I can help you as well?" And if you don't have experience, you can say something like, hey John, I noticed a few improvements you can make to your website to get more sales. Here is a 2-minute Loom recording with my suggestions. No obligations, but if you'd like to chat to see how I can help you, let me know if we can hop on a call this week. You'll notice I added a Loom video here. It's not something you need to add, but I noticed it will get you better results because it helps you stand out from the generic email outreach. In the Loom, you'll cover what you suggest they should improve on, how their competitors rank, and if they'd like to discuss it further, they should let you know. But it's important to keep it under 2 minutes in total. And don't forget to follow up every 3 to 5 days until you get an answer, because most sales happen within the 3rd to the 6th follow-up. And that is how you get clients from Google Maps. Now let's take a look at Google SERPs. This is the Google results page, and it's exactly the same process for getting clients from Google Maps. Search for X in the city, go through the results, and make a list of leads worth contacting. Email them, follow up, and adapt as we go. A quick bonus tip with the Google SERPs is often when businesses advertise on Google Ads, they have a marketing budget, which is great because they know that they need to spend money in order to make money. So click on these ads, and if you notice their website is bad or they are spending money on ads but their SEO is not good and you can help them, then pitch your services. These 2 ways to get clients are proven to work, but as a final good way to get clients, it's called emails and DMs. One approach is to get a list of hundreds or thousands of leads, and you can use an email automation software to send the emails. As a quick overview of the process, you need to warm up your email, get the leads, email those leads, set up automation follow-ups. Step 1 is to set up an email on a different URL than your main agency or portfolio website, like hireagency.com rather than myagency.com. And we do this just in case your email or domain gets flagged so it doesn't affect your main website. Just remember to set up a redirect. And step 2 is to use a tool like Lemwarm to warm up your email. This will automatically send emails to other emails, open it up, send it back, and it shows your email provider your email is not brand new. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, this is sleazy and everything. And let me just say, I hate sleazy cold emails and I do not recommend it. For it to work and to do it ethically, I suggest that you put in the work to personalize your outreach. Even if you need to create a 1-minute Loom for every single lead, then do it. You can add this as a custom field variable to import in the email. Start with the email template I mentioned earlier and adapt it from there. And just remember, most of your sales will come in the follow-ups, and it is really not uncommon to close the deal in the 4th or the 5th or the 6th email. And this outreach approach also works with DMs too. In 2018, I focused on content creators as my niche. I went through their landing pages, made a design on PowerPoint, not Figma, so it just shows you how bad it was. Doesn't matter the tool, don't get distracted on it. Here's what you have, here's my suggestions. And yes, Figma and all these other tools are better, but who cares, right? The bottom line is it led to some awesome opportunities. And one example to highlight was a content creator selling courses. Now, even though the design was really average, this guy said thank you for the design and 2 months later wanted to pay me $500 as a thank you because his sales increased. I said no, but if he'd be interested in working together, let me know. And that resulted in a $2,500 a month retainer for 6 months. The point of this is to actually put in the effort in your outreach. And this is really an amazing example from Noah Kagan. If you don't know Noah, he's the founder of AppSumo. It's basically like the Groupon of digital products and software. So he's got a massive company. And this teenager got a $150K a year salary from outreach. But the key here is why. And I love how Noah breaks this down. So he shares exactly what he did. So in short, he created a 19-page pitch deck on what can be improved with Noah's social media. He didn't say, hey, I can help you. He showed him what he should do and gave him insane value. And the key lesson is don't offer to do the work, just do it. So I hope by now you can tell it's well worth the effort to go the extra mile. So far we covered mindset, offer, selling, and getting clients, but now I'll cover a few areas that can help you close a deal and get paid more. The key to knowing what you can help with and how to have a clear project scope is to ask the right questions. Here's an outline of questions I ask leads that I'll put up on the screen now, ranging from what your business does, your target audience, any other questions, all of that stuff. It's on the screen now. And just remember, if they don't have a problem that you can help with, don't pitch your services. After you've asked your questions and gotten to know their business goals and challenges, what happens after they ask you to send a proposal? This is a part I used to suck at for almost 3 years. I used to get a fancy template, make it look nice, and my success rate for closing clients was absolutely terrible. Was my price too high? Was it something I said or even didn't say? What was actually happening? Then I realized I could improve in 2 areas: how I qualified my leads and how I present the solution to them. I used to always present my offer as a commodity that you can buy off the shelf. Here's the price and here's what you get. Then I read up on pricing psychology and pricing anchors, and it clicked. How do you make a 10K Rolex look affordable? You place it next to a 100K Rolex. We see price anchoring all the time when we buy things online, and it's there for a reason, because it works. So I started offering 3 pricing tiers. Option 1 is the lowest amount I'd like to take the project for. Option 2 is generally 50% more than option 1, and option 3 is generally double option 2. I also didn't focus on every type of business offering every type of service at the best price, because really that is a race to the bottom. I focused on a niche and adjusted my messaging and marketing accordingly. I went from closing about 7 out of 10 leads versus 3 out of 10 leads. I instantly doubled my revenue pretty fast after this, and it's been a game changer for my business. If you'd like the exact same template I use to send proposals to clients, I'll add a link in the description for free download. And here's a detailed video on this topic. Now you've got your client, great. Now what? You can get the information via email, but for a better experience, I'd suggest sending a client intake form. I also have a tool called Client Manager that does this fast and easy. You create your form, you send a URL, and you wait for the answers. However you manage your clients is up to you. Some recommended tools are Notion, Trello, or Client Manager. I'll create a more in-depth video on client management in the future, but for now, as long as you have a basic Kanban on who does what, by when, and how, you are good to go. Lastly, I want to discuss scaling and outsourcing. Scaling your business requires you to get more clients or charge more for your services, or both. To get more clients, focus on what I mentioned earlier, but also consider personal branding and SEO. These are great long-term ways to get clients. Charging more is not as straightforward as increasing your prices. It could also mean improving your offer. For example, let's say you offered services to startups for $500 a month. You could niche down your offer to AI startups and charge $1,000 a month, or eventually medical AI startups for $2,000 a month. The other thing to consider is how long will you be the bottleneck in your business. If you are sick, can work get done? If you are on vacation, can work still get done? That is where outsourcing comes in. I think The 4-Hour Workweek is a great book to help you think about this topic. But in short, you make sure what the client is paying you is more than what you are paying someone else to do the work. There's exceptional talent in India, Mexico, Romania, South Africa, Philippines, and many third world countries where you can pay them a good local income and get the same work outcome as first world countries. The profit margin depends on many factors, but to start with, just make sure you are making a profit. Doing this will help you scale faster so you can focus on the tasks that move the needle, and you can also get work done while you are working on the business and not in it. And you also get to keep more profit too. I'd recommend Upwork, Contra, Golance, and Freelance Fam to find people. A quick 80-20 tip is to make sure you check how good their communication is in your interactions and check their reviews or testimonials. And speaking of 80-20, that is my 80-20 take on how to become a 6-figure freelancer. So, will you reach $8,000 a month within a year? Maybe, but probably not. It's actually a small number who do. If you stretch it over 2 or 3 years, then it is even more realistic. But here's the cool thing. Even if you can get to $2,000 a month, that is still a big win. You've accomplished more than most freelancers. Now, duplicate what is working and avoid what is not. If you have any questions or challenges, comment below and I'll reply. Thanks so much for watching, and cheers for now.